Yes, please come.
May I come in, please?
Come.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
Better.
Thank you, sir.
Shrestha.
Yes, sir.
What is Sree is your surname or?
No, sir, it's not my surname. It was given collectively by my parents.
Okay. So this is one name basically, Shrestha Sree.
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. So what does it mean actually?
Sir, Shrestha means in
Shrestha is okay.
yes.
Sree.
Sri means prosperity, and it is also one of the name of Goddess Lakshmi.
Okay. Acha. ठीक है. That's good. So your father is Deputy Chief Labour Commissioner.
Sir, he is retired now.
He is retired now. You took political science and geography. Means from the very beginning you were determined to appear for civil service exam.
Yes, sir.
Just tell me, why do we call Kathak as Kathak?
Sir, Kathak is derived from the Hindi word Katha. It was performed by those people who used to be travelers in northern India. Therefore, it derives its name from the thing Katha kahe so Kathak. Those who used to tell the stories.
Kathakar.
Yes, sir. So from there, it got its name Kathak.
Okay, that's good. Now tell me, bache, China is very scared nowadays. Very scared country. Russian defeat is making China a very weak country. This is my statement. And next in line may be India or Japan. Comment.
Sir, I believe that international relations, there are no enemies or friends. And as we are seeing in the current context, hard power is declining. There is a rise of soft power. So if we contribute only on making our hard power stronger and stronger, it is not going to achieve the ultimate goal of globalization.
Either you take it out or you can.
Yes, I'll take it out.
Are you comfortable with it?
So it's actually falling.
That's what I'm saying.
So since you said that China is scared, I believe that China is trying to cooperate with other countries. It knows that it cannot do the same mistakes as it is as done by Russia. So it is not only empowering its hard power but also soft power. It is trying to negotiate with other countries. And as far as I believe that India and Japan, I don't feel that there is any possibility that any other country is having animosity with us.
Okay. What is this green energy network?
Sir, I do not recall about green energy network, sir.
Okay. In India, we are aiming at very high quantity of solar power being produced.
Yes.
Actually, the efficiency of total efficiency of solar power is around 10 to 12%. So whether this is the targets are going to help us in achieving electricity security?
Sir, we are progressing towards a renewable energy market, and solar power is going to be one of it, as given by our Honorable Prime Minister in the COP26 summit, the Panchamrit goals. I believe that solar power is going to be one of the most important factors, and right now we have total installed capacity of solar energy around 56%, and another 40% can be added. However, there are certain challenges such as the raw materials and also the R&D and the investment. But if with proper guideline, with proper intention, I believe that it is not a very difficult thing to achieve. So.
In India, we find that there is a lot of problem in regard to corals. They're dying. Yes. We are attempting that they may be taken to different places, and all those things we are doing.
Yes.
But ultimately, if you look into the depth of everything, you find that in overall analysis, if you find, then the amount and number of corals is reducing very, very fast. It's reducing very fast. There are animals or plants
So they are animals.
They are animals.
Yes, sir.
So when so many animals are dying, why are we not able to take substantial action to protect them?
So there needs to be a global consensus in order to protect the corals, as we have seen in the recent past and even in the IPCC report that coral that the death of corals is related to the increase in the sea temperature, and also that is leading to coral bleaching. Countries in the Pacific, such as Papua New Guinea, it had given a guideline that it banned the sunscreens because sunscreens have some components which are carcinogenic and not good for corals. So, in my opinion, such initiatives can be taken by other countries in the global forum so that we can collectively go towards saving the corals. So,
It's a one very small thing.
yes, sir.
In our country, monsoons normally come. I don't know from where they come, but they come.
Yes, sir.
So, how does this phenomena of El Nino?
Yes, sir.
How does it affect our monsoon?
So El Nino refers to heating of the Central Pacific Ocean, and it is an abnormal condition. In the normal conditions,
No, I'm talking about abnormal condition.
sir, when there is an abnormal condition, the Peruvian coast, the Eastern Pacific coast, it gets heated, and instead of the cold currents, there is a hot current. So what happens? The normal system gets disrupted, due to which the low pressure, which is generally near the Australian peninsular, Australian region, it gets shifted to the Peruvian region, and due to that, there is an impact on the Indian Ocean. The
Yes, no. Just
So
tell me in specific terms.
some
Now, what happens to the pressure at Australia?
So the eastern part of Australia, generally it has a low pressure.
No, talk about the Australia as such. Don't go to east or west. No.
Okay, so when there is El Nino, the low pressure gets shifted.
Where?
So it gets shifted to the Peruvian coast, the Eastern Pacific Ocean.
It means there is high pressure in Australia.
Yes, sir.
Okay, मान लिया. अब high pressure हो गया फिर.
Yes, sir. So all the winds go towards the Peruvian region, and the masculine high that is in the Indian Ocean, it also gets reversed, sir. No low pressure, no air from the Australian region comes and descends there, and due to that fact, there is
why doesn't any air come there?
Sir, it is believed that the El
Believe
Nino.
me, there is a scientific reason for
Yes,
this.
sir. The trade winds.
No, I will give you a hint.
Yes, sir.
Convergence or divergence. Now you use it, then you will find.
So whenever there is a low pressure, there is upper air divergence. So when the
But low air is converging.
Yes, sir.
So when there is a high pressure, what will happen?
So when there is a high pressure, it will converge at the sea level, but there will be sorry, sir. Beg your pardon. There will be a divergence at the sea level, and there will be a convergence at the upper air.
So when divergence is taking place,
yes, sir.
So what will happen to the Madagascar Sea?
Yes, sir. The Madagascar Sea, it gets accumulates.
So how will this loop be prepared?
So it will have high pressure, sir. So
high pressure is good. If there is a high pressure at Madagascar Sea, so high plus high, they will be further pushing the winds towards India, and there will be very good monsoon.
No, sir. The masculine high, it gets converted into.
Okay, how does it get converted?
Sir, El Nino is associated with the weakening of the
everything has scientific reason. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है.
Yes, sir.
So, geography is 100% based on science.
Yes, sir. Sir, I need to revise that portion, sir. I'm not able to recollect.
It's all right.
Tell us, what is the structure of governance in a district?
Sir, in a district, at the rural level, there are 3-tier governance structure. Starting at the village panchayat, then there is intermediate level, then there is a Zilla panchayat. And in the urban local style, there are also 3-tier of governance, sir. So there is municipality, then there is a
Municipality at what level?
Sorry, sir, I cannot recall the exact.
Okay, you leave it. Then next stage, municipality. Then?
So then there will be a municipal commission.
Commission.
Where is it located?
Sir, I need to revise that part.
Okay, now we just leave this urban. Then next level.
Then, sir, there is state level administration.
Then we are talking only about district level governance structures. So one is Panchayati Raj,
Yes.
where you told actually Panchayats, the intermediate and the Jila Panchayat. What is this intermediate level? What it is called?
So it will be
Okay, we leave it. Now tell me what are the other actually government functionaries in a district?
sir,
How? It is, you see, you are aspiring to become a civil servant.
yes, sir.
Just think for a few seconds, you will be able to answer it.
Sir, there is district collector.
Yeah,
Sir, there is block development officer.
law development officer cannot be a district level.
Yes, sir. Sir, there is sub district magistrate below district magistrate.
Some district magistrate is not the correct sort of thing.
Sir, I can.
Yeah, okay, then what else?
Sir, I can recollect only this part only.
Police,
Yes, sir. Yes.
forest,
Yes.
health,
Yes.
education, and numerous agencies at district level. Okay, we leave it. uh, you see, for the safety of women
Yes, sir.
and ensure a very safer environment, so that actually their number actually increases in the workforce. What has been done in India?
So, starting from the workplace, there was a Supreme Court judgment in Vishaka guidelines that led to the formation of prevention of sexual harassment at workplace.
What is this Vishaka guidelines?
So, Vishaka guidelines were given by Supreme Court.
And what is Vishaka in this actually?
So, it was a case of Vishaka versus state of Rajasthan.
So it is an institution, individual, state.
Individual, sir.
Individual,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
And from where it comes? Which state?
The state of Rajasthan.
Rajasthan.
Yes.
And what was the reason actually why this case actually reached to Supreme Court?
Sir, I cannot exactly remember the actual incident.
But you remember something.
Yes, sir. So it was against against women that led to it was against discrimination or exploitation, sir. So that I cannot exactly.
Okay, then what happened after that? After Vishaka guidelines?
So there was enforcement of the prevention of sexual harassment at the workplace. Now there are internal complaints committee.
No, but what happened after Vishaka guidelines?
So the government constituted this law,
Which law?
the prevention of sexual harassment at workplace.
At workplace.
Yes.
So it replaced Vishaka guidelines?
No, sir. Vishaka guidelines were given by Supreme Court, and in order to mandate those guidelines, the government they come up with this law, sir.
So now the law is final.
Yes, sir.
Now what are the basic three important component of the act?
So, firstly, it talks about an internal complaints committee mechanism. Secondly, sir, there is a redressal grievance system, if I can.
What is that system?
So, all the grievances related to a workplace can be.
How?
Sorry, sir.
You have to study more on this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll study about it. Thank you.
Shrestha,
Yes.
can you say that if nuclear energy can be an alternate to the forms of energy we are using, particularly in the context of the Russia-Ukraine war? Can nuclear energy be harnessed for domestic civil purposes?
Ma'am, nuclear energy can be harnessed for domestic and civil purposes. And for that, we need to concentrate on the nuclear power generation capacity of ours. However, I believe that there are certain challenges in that.
First, let's see the positives of it.
Yes, ma'am. The positives of it is that um we are building India is building reactor, three-stage reactor, ma'am, where we are trying to harness the nuclear energy.
For civil purposes?
Yes, ma'am, civil
नहीं,
purpose.
3 stage क्या होता है reactor?
So there is heavy water, then there is I cannot recollect the exact three stages. So
There is 3 stages of development of atomic energy, nuclear energy in India.
yes, sir.
हाँ,
I was
ये बोलो.
referring that. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Can it be an alternate to the present energy crisis?
Ma'am, it can be an alternate, but I believe that instead of focusing on nuclear, we rather should focus on the solar energy and the wind energy because the installed capacity is high there and we can harness.
So why haven't been able to do it for so long if you think it's so easy?
Ma'am, it is a capital intensive sector. We need resources and money to be invested in that. And as I said earlier, the raw materials that we acquire from China, that is one of the hurdles. So, because of that, we haven't been able to reap the benefits of renewable energy.
Okay, what is the full form of Ayush?
Ma'am, Ayush stand for Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy.
What about why?
Ma'am, Y is for yoga.
Okay. Now, can this be an alternate system of medicines? Do we believe in that? What could be the percentage of people still using it?
Ma'am, in the present pandemic context, if we train the Ayush doctors, they can give services at the primary healthcare level, and they can overburden the doctors, the MBBS.
They can overburden.
Sorry, ma'am, they can lessen the burden of the doctors at the primary healthcare level, because as we know that the doctor to patient ratio in India is very dismal as per WHO standards. So Ayush and Ayush trained doctors can be one of the subset who can help.
Do you think we still believe in the traditional forms of medicine? Do we have faith in that? Do they have the capacity to, kind of challenge the the modern form of medicine?
And since most of the forms of traditional medicine they developed in India, I feel that we have a belief in that system because they were prevalent in the ancient times and we have seen the effects. However, more research should be done in this area to find out the true efficacy.
Then why is Baba Ramdev so popular?
Ma'am,
Patanjali as a brand?
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Patanjali as a brand started because of the popularity of Baba Ramdev, who was a yoga instructor. But later on, it took the venture of becoming a Ayurvedic brand, promoting home, mostly home plant-based medicines and remedies for different diseases.
Why was he under flak? Why were his products being questioned?
Ma'am, last year during the pandemic, he claimed to have brought out the first vaccine and those medicines which can prevent the transmission of COVID virus. However, it didn't go under the lab testing, and that's why he came under flag.
Okay, subject is geography. My question is, if there's a 3% rise in temperatures, would there be any safe place on Earth?
Ma'am, I feel no, ma'am, I feel they can't. There will be safe places, ma'am.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. When is the flag hoisted and when is the flag unfurled?
Ma'am, on 15th of August, we hoist the flag because it marks the independence. And on 26th of January, on Republic Day, we unfurl the flag.
You're right, but just going to the reasons why it is, termed like that. Uh, Desertification is increasing. Do you agree or not? globally, particularly in the context of India? What happens to our food security?
And due to desertification, we need to diversify our food crops. There should be focus on growing of millets, because millets are considered to be climate resilient crops, and they also do not have, they do not require too much of water to be grown. And apart from that, we have our PDS system that ensures for our food security. And so I feel that firstly we should work for the promotion of
So with desertification, will we be able to ensure enough food for all of us, or we will start depending on artificial food?
and both should go hand in hand.
No. I'm just saying, what are the mathematical models projecting? No idea. Okay, thank you so much.
Can we go back to Kathak for a minute?
Yes, sir.
Kathak, you said, is Katha,
Yes, sir.
narrated in dance form.
Yes, sir.
There is something which also narrates Katha, and it's called Dastan Gui. You heard of it?
No, sir, I haven't heard of it.
Okay. And Katha, to your interest in fiction, that is also Katha.
Yes, sir.
What is the latest book that you are reading?
So presently, I have been reading a memoir of Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. It is an anecdote where he shares how he was. It is based in German Nazi, how the Auschwitz camp. So he is narrating his life experiences there.
There is, with your surname, interestingly, there is a book which is in news of late, in big news, so to say, and the author is Gitanjali Sree. You heard of her writing?
No, sir, sorry, I haven't heard of.
Okay. The first book written in Hindi, but now translated and has been one of the listed for Booker Prize. Heard of Booker Prize?
Yes, sir, Man Booker Prize. Yes, sir.
What? Say it again.
So it's Man Booker Prize.
No, Man Booker Prize is something different. What is Booker Prize? Okay, what's Man's Booker Prize?
So it is given for exceptional writing in the English language.
Okay, never mind. You are from Odisha.
Yes, sir. So I was born in Baleshwar district of Odisha. However, I have completed my schooling entirely from Jharkhand and Delhi. So my home state right now is Delhi, sir.
Okay. What is Odisha's film industry called? It is also one of the woods. Bollywood, Tollywood.
So if I can make a guess,
Very good.
so it's, I think, Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yeah, you are right. Perfect. But why Hollywood?
So since this fashion of naming the film industry is based on the region. Firstly, it started in the Bombay region. That's why therefore.
No, I said why Hollywood?
So Odisha. That's why.
Only O is taken.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are now in Delhi, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You have been reading last 2 days there are news relating to some demolitions by local authorities
Yes, sir.
in Jahangirpuri.
Yes.
You are aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Now, a case has been taken up with the Supreme Court,
Yes.
right? How is it that they have jumped direct to the Supreme Court, and in between courts, they haven't approached local courts or district courts or high court?
So Supreme Court is the guarantor of our fundamental rights and the custodian of our constitution. I believe that yesterday's incident was unfortunate because it violated the rule of law and the due process of law. And since right to livelihood and right to home, like that comes under fundamental right of Article 21. So in this way, Supreme Court has taken the case to
Under what rule or law the Supreme Court has taken it up?
so I cannot.
Does it remind you of some constitutional provisions? Okay, time up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Please.
Shrestha, I just want to know, like, your hobby is reading fiction novels, and what is the difference between novel and novella and short story?
So if I can go in the technical details, novels they constitute up to 50,000 words and more, and novella it is somehow lesser than that, and short essays basically 10,000. And in novels there is one more thing, that there are subplots and there are more characters, which also leads to the development of the character arc, which is somehow missing in short stories and novellas, because they are more of linear or symmetry in the form of writing. So
Okay, like your subject is geography, you have read geography during your graduation days. Is geography a science or is it an art?
So geography comprises of both science and art. In some of the areas such as cartography, there they use scientific methods, and I wouldn't say it is a pure form of science, but it can be said as an amalgamation of both art and
Art and science. Due to emergence of data technology, big data, do you think it is becoming more and more science geography?
so. May I have the question repeated, please?
Means, are we able to rationalize geography more because of the use of the data, use of the computer technology? We are able to process data in a better manner. Because of this technology, are we making geography more scientific, more rational, more objective?
Yes, so with the inclusion of technology, geography is becoming more pure form of science, because when there is technology, there are experimentation, and it doesn't lead to a solidification of any fact, because there is always falsification going on. If some data isn't accurate, then there are other methods to check. So with the help of data, I believe, yes.
Means it's becoming less and lesser art. Okay, so leave it. Now, another subject that you've read is political science. Is political science really a science?
So political science is considered a science because it it uses some of the experimentation, such as Aristotle had called it as the master science. That was because he studied about 158 constitutions, then he gave the best form of government or the polity. So political science,
Can there be best form of government?
so there cannot be a best form of government, but there can be best practicable form of government, which is the polity, sir.
Shouldn't we name political science as political art?
No, sir. Because I believe that political science it takes into the explanation and description, and it also explains the phenomena. It is not as art as such, because it doesn't say that something is.
But like, you can't predict, like, there's a war going on between Ukraine and Russia, and really you can't predict what Putin is going to do and what Zelensky is going to do. How can we call it as a science then? Because science is something that infuse objectivity, rationality into the things. We can predict the things. There is experimentation, there is universalization, there is uniformity, but we can't find those things in political science. Shouldn't there be conference of the research scholars of political science, and they should name the subject as political art? So you can think upon this. Just leave aside. One more question I just want to know, because geography is your subject. How jet streams are formed? Can you tell about the Coriolis force in the upper atmosphere?
कॉलेज फोर्स को बता दो बच्चे कैसे बनता है, ऐसे मत करो.
Yes, sir.
In the upper atmosphere, not in the lower atmosphere.
So jet streams are formed at the stratosphere level.
Upper atmosphere.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I need to revise.
It's okay. Actually, Coriolis force is almost zero, and the gradient pressure becomes parallel. So it starts moving parallelly to the latitudes, and it happens in the upper atmosphere, and that is basically because of the gradient of the pressure.
Yes, sir. I need to study more about geography.
And another thing that I want to know from you is with respect to novels. Can novels be non-fictional?
Yes, sir. There is a bit difference in fiction and non-fiction novels. However, the non-fiction novels, there are a very loose category because there are not many novels in there. But it was established by Truman Capital, who wrote a book called Murder in 1965, and because of that, this genre came into.
Have you ever thought of writing a novel?
No, sir. I haven't given a thought about writing a novel because I enjoy reading it.
You enjoy reading it. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, sir.
So please wait.
Yes.
So you should probably that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Better, sister. So you are living in Panchsheel, Bihar.
Yes, sir.
So it's basically you are here for the purpose of preparations.
No, sir. My father got transferred and he retired from Delhi only.
That's a retired from
So
Delhi.
we have a house at
So you are settled in
Yes,
Delhi
sir.
only. That's good. So Malviya Nagar mein. Yeah, Triveni Nagar. Okay. That's good. Okay. Now, we find your interview was appropriate. Your demeanor was very good. You were confident, and you have capacity to speak. And how have you done your written examination,
So
written papers?
So optional papers were extremely good
Optional
as per my best of my knowledge. Essay was nice. GS paper 3, I feel I could have done better. And I have completed all the 20 questions.
So GS4
GS 4, sir, case studies were as per.
very long this time.
No, sir, I won't call them long, but I completed them well before where I planned to complete it. The theoretical portions I could have written more.
But did you connect the answers with the theoretical concepts of GS4?
Yes, sir. I've
Very
tried to written some of the scholars' names and given few concepts like the middle path or wherever it is necessary. So tried to.
Okay.
And so one more thing, actually I felt that the geography portion was not up
ये
to
मैं
date.
पूछने वाला हूँ geography वाला
Sir,
क्यों नहीं है?
actually I'm pursuing masters in politics with specialization in IR.
नहीं वो तो ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
लेकिन
So my
ये तो बताओ मेरे बच्चे, you are a छोटा बच्चा अभी बिल्कुल. Just tell me this thing that why geography इतना कम क्यों?
Sir, I actually panicked with the theoretical questions because I haven't.
Theoretical नहीं तो practical है बिल्कुल. El Nino वाला तो बिल्कुल practical question है.
Yes, sir. I kind of got confused between the low pressure and high pressure. That's why I started
I knew
faltering.
that you are getting confused in that.
Yes, sir.
But बेटा, I will just tell you that geography, because आप अच्छे institute से पढ़े हुए हो, you have studied from a very good institute, and when the subject is written there, that you have done this thing. So geographical phenomenon, which have happened in the recent past,
Yes.
they will certainly be asked
Yes, sir.
about that fish, which is that fish which has been found in Antarctica region.
No, sir.
ये आना चाहिए ना.
I have to
There
look.
is a special fish जो 56,000 years से कोई ट्रेस नहीं कर पाया था, अभी ट्रेस हुई है पहली बार है. You should find out. Ice fish. और बड़े सिस्टमेटिक को सर्कुलर घोंसले बना के then they give it. This is a very important phenomenon because of the geographical situations of that area. Why the large portion of glaciers they are getting detached from Antarctica. All these things should be known.
Yes, sir. I'll
नहीं
definitely.
थोड़ा
read
पढ़ कब
it.
इंटरव्यू कब है?
So 5th of May.
5th of May.
Yeah.
2-3 दिन तो लगा दो बेटा इसमें.
Yes, sir. Geography.
2-3 days please spend
Sure,
on
sir.
it. And I will advise you that the basic phenomena, don't go in for details, no need of doing that. but I can suggest you that all important events, geographical events, important geographical events, there are around 38, right? Geographical events. These events should be very much clear to you. I'm telling you, the questions will be asked mainly on this. No one is going to ask you theoretical questions. Mainly these questions will be asked. And you can ask our office outside. They will help you in getting details of these. Right? If you get these details, you will be highly benefited.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is number one. Number two, beta, this very strong fundamental that whenever you are answering questions, you should start answering only when you know that 100% is correct. You start some answer and then get stuck up, it means you are gone. So why should we create such different? You have very good knowledge, you have good personality, everything is so good. So why should we unnecessarily go into that trap? That is just like that trap. So speak only those things which you know are 100% correct. Okay. Now, being a student of geography, I will suggest you that from January onwards, DT, all the 3 issues of DT. Have you ever read it?
So only summaries, sir, not specifically on.
DT should be read by you completely, especially the phenomenon which are related to India, down to earth. Please do it. Okay. Then what you should do, then next 10 days है आपके पास करीब मैक्सिमम 10 days हैं
14 days.
अब 14 में मैं मानता नहीं हूँ आखिरी में तो यू शुड डू ओनली योगा यू शुड नेवर डू एनीथिंग एल्स देन दैट अब आपको मैं एक बहुत अच्छी चीज़ बताता हूँ यू कीप योर हैंड्स लाइक दिस छोड़ दो उसको पेन को छोड़ो हाँ नो यू जस्ट डू लाइक दैट आप इसका डिफरेंस देखिए देन इसको यूँ करिए सो अब हॉरिजॉन्टल रखो अपने लैब पर हॉरिजॉन्टल करो इसको नो वर्टिकल नहीं हॉरिजॉन्टल यूँ हाँ यस है ना निकालो इसको बाहर निकालो क्या नाम है माफ बताओ अब इसको रखो ऐसे दोनों अंगूठों को जोड़ो राइट कीप योर हेड स्ट्रेट आईज क्लोज्ड एंड फोकस ऑन द टिप ऑफ योर नोज and feel that air is going in and coming out. Just do it for 2-3 minutes and I will tell you what will happen. है ना महसूस हो रहा था were you able to feel the air going and going out and in right this one you have to do this and another exercise 2 exercises you have to do and you will find the difference and you will ring me up one day कि सर आपने बहुत अच्छी चीज़ बता दी हाथ दोनों हाथ लो इस फिंगर को फर्स्ट फिंगर इसको नीचे अपने इसके थंब के बिल्कुल बेस पे ले आओ दोनों हाथों से लाओ राइट अब इन दोनों फिंगर को जोड़ो ठीक है ना ये दोनों फिंगर जोड़ो ऐसे अब इनको थंब के पास लाओ एंड टच करो हल्का सा एंड मुद्रा ही है सारी ये नीचे यूँ कर लो इसको यस राइट डू इट फॉर 10 minutes एवरी डे अभी दोनों चीज़ मिलके क्या करेंगी आपको जो पहले बताया मैंने they will first of all increase your focus and secondly concentration focus and concentration they will cool down your mind so what will happen after a few days you will have to develop and you will develop this capacity that when the question is asked you will not reply it immediately सो यू विल टेक सम सेकंड्स, 10 सेकंड ले लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, 15 सेकंड ले लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। बट उस समय याद रखो कि ये मुद्रा बाहर जब बैठी होंगी एग्जाम वहाँ पर इंटरव्यू के हॉल के अंदर, बाहर इसको करते रहना। सडनली यू विल फाइंड वेरी ग्रेट थिंग हैपनिंग, there you will feel that there are two hands on your shoulders. ये truthfully होगा, मतलब it looks you might be feeling that how it can happen, this happened with me, right? And God had given me 136 marks out of 150 होते थे उस समय। तो मुझे लगा that there are two hands here because of these exercises. Those were the hands of God. मैं मानता हूँ जो सिलेक्शन होता है ना किसी बच्चे का, इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ गॉड, ये मान लेना। बट वो गॉड कब फंक्शन शुरू करता है? यस, सो इट इज 80% योर लक एंड 20% हार्ड वर्क। बट 80% जो लक वाला पोर्शन है ना, दैट स्टार्ट्स ऑपरेटिंग ओनली व्हेन यू स्कोर 100% मार्क्स इन दिस 20। समझ रहे हो ना? इसलिए अब आप 3 बुक्स और लिख लीजिए। बुक्स नहीं, मैगजीन्स, वेरी सिंपल सी मैगजीन, सब ऑनलाइन होती हैं, दे आर वेरी इजीली अवेलेबल। वन इज इकोनॉमिक एंड पॉलिटिकल वीकली, जैसे आपने ईपीडब्ल्यू का नाम लिख लिया, ओके। थर्ड, ओआरएफ। ओआरएफ के लास्ट 2 इश्यूज मार्च और अप्रैल, मार्च अप्रैल ओनली, एंड डीटी के January, February and March. Okay, beta. Then chapter 2 and 4. उधर लिखो, मेन पॉइंट में लिखो इसको। Chapter 2 and 4 of economic survey. Right? It's highly essential. Do you know that which fiscal policy we are following nowadays? नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, पॉलिसी अप्रोच हो गई। नो, काउंटर साइक्लिक है ना। तो इस चैप्टर 4 में आपको पूरी डिटेल मिलेंगी इसकी, काउंटर साइक्लिक पॉलिसी क्या होती है, कैसे फॉलो कर रहे हैं। इवन इन एजाइल के मतलब आपको आना चाहिए। व्हाट इज द एजाइल पॉलिसी?
Agile policy is based when they monitor the situation, then they try to transform the policy.
So policy adjustment of policies according to the changing circumstances. So chapter 2 and chapter 4 बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझ लेना। Then tell me, budget का what is the orientation of budget this time? ये last year था कि agriculture का था?
This time we're focusing on 4 pillars: PM Gati Shakti for infrastructure, and there is financial inclusion, and then thirdly investment opportunities, sunrise opportunities are there. Fourthly, there is increase in capital expenditure.
Capital expenditure. Good. Now you should know one more thing, growth development cycle, जो बुक्स में नहीं मिलेगी कहीं भी आपको। ये कहाँ मिलेगी? ये अपने फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने बोली थी, ग्रोथ डेवलपमेंट साइकिल। इस पर अभी पिछले 5-7 दिन में बहुत बच्चों से क्वेश्चन पूछे जा रहे हैं यूपीएससी में, मेरे बच्चों से बात होती रहती है। ग्रोथ डेवलपमेंट साइकिल, क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया, रिजर्व बैंक ने जो पॉलिसी ली उसने नाउ ग्रोथ को, दे आर लीविंग ग्रोथ, दे आर सेइंग दैट वी आर नॉट बॉदर्ड अबाउट ग्रोथ, वी आर नॉट बॉदर्ड अबाउट ग्रोथ, वी शैल टेक केयर ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन फर्स्ट। सो ग्रोथ डेवलपमेंट साइकिल, व्हाई इट इज रिक्वायर्ड, व्हाई इट इज असेंशियल, ग्रोथ डेवलपमेंट साइकिल क्यों असेंशियल है हमारे कंट्री में। एंड बच्चे एक चीज़ और कि जब हम ये कहते हैं ना कि इकोनॉमी प्रोग्रेस कर रही है, के शेप और इससे क्या मतलब होता है? के शेप हो या बी शेप हो, कोई सी भी हो, कहाँ किस चीज़ में रिफ्लेक्ट होती है? इकोनॉमिकली किस चीज़ से समझाते हो उसको आप, जो बनाते हो ना वो के शेप ये बन गई, कौन सा ग्राफ होता है, किस चीज़ से बनता है, वो कहाँ से आता है? दैट कम्स फ्रॉम बिजनेस साइकिल। पता है आपको ये बात? ये बिजनेस साइकिल में जब नीचे वाला पोर्शन आ जाता है ना, इधर दिखाओ मुझे, कागज दो, कर लेना इसको एग्जाम के लिए, इज वेरी एसेंशियल फॉर यू बिकॉज इस समय दीज आर द कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल इशूज. जैसे अब ये है हमारे अपनी बिजनेस साइकिल बनाते हैं ना अपन, अब ये नीचे आ गया लोएस्ट पॉइंट. अब यहाँ से देखते हैं, अगर आप के शेप है तो क्या होगा, कुछ पोर्शन तो ऊपर जा रहा है और दूसरा सेक्शन नीचे जा रहा है. एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग हियर. जितनी भी शेप बन रही है, और जब वी शेप जो कह रहे थे वो इसका क्या मतलब था, इंस्टेड ऑफ द नॉर्मल शेप दिस इज गोइंग लाइक दिस, दिस इज वी शेप. फिर अभी आया थोड़ी देर पहले हॉकी शेप, कुछ भी हो पर देखो यू विल बिकम मास्टर. फिर आप कोई कुछ नहीं, आपको हरा ही नहीं सकता. हॉकी शेप, ओके, then it continues at the lowest level and then it starts rising. This hockey shape recovery. So anything which is being considered as, you start from the lowest point because यहाँ पे पहुंचे ना, जब भी तो हम रिकवरी शुरू कर रहे हैं, because we have reached to the lowest point and then we are starting recovery. इसको याद कर लेना बेटा. एंड आपको एग्जाम के अंदर बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन, अगर जो भी क्वेश्चन इकोनॉमी में पूछेंगे, इससे आपका आंसर बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा बनेगा. समझ में आया ये फॉर्मूला कितना ईजी है. अदरवाइज बच्चे बस केवल वैसे ग्राफ बनाने की सोचते हैं, ये बन गया के शेप हो गया, ये हमारा वी शेप हो गया, ये है. दिस इज द बेसिक फंडामेंटल ऑफ मेकिंग दिस. है ना कितना छोटा सरल सा चीज़. ऐसी चीज़ें बहुत अच्छे से तैयारी करनी चाहिए इन सब चीज़ों की. ठीक है. और एक ये कॉन्फिडेंस कर लो कि अब मिरांडा हाउस तो बहुत बड़ा कॉलेज है ना, इसकी हिस्ट्री आपको आती है ना पूरी अच्छी तरह से. मिरांडा हाउस की पूरी हिस्ट्री बढ़िया तरीके से आनी चाहिए चाहे कुछ. देन पॉलिटिकल साइंस में हाँ, मिरांडा से क्या क्या बड़े कौन कौन एलुमनाई रहे हैं, कहाँ कहाँ पहुँचे हैं, क्या क्या हो गया है. देन लास्ट थिंग विच इज़ वेरी वेरी एसेंशियल फॉर यू टू बी सक्सेसफुल इन द examination and to secure very good marks in the interview is that you should in next few days take a trip to your municipal area, municipality office जो भी आपके आसपास हो, और एक दिल्ली का गवर्नमेंट का स्कूल. यू विजिट दिल्ली का गवर्नमेंट का स्कूल, तो बहुत चल रहा है ना उसका, दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में बहुत कुछ कर डाला. क्या कर डाला, अभी तो थियोरिटिकल सुना होगा आपने, ये कर डाला वो कर डाला, बट एक्चुअली थोड़ी देखा आपने कभी. पहुंच जाओ स्कूल, मैडम से कहो कि मैडम मैं स्कूल देखने आई हूँ, मैं सिविल सर्विस का इंटरव्यू दे रही हूँ, मैं देखना चाहती हूँ कैसा है. ठीक है, ये तो कर ही सकती हो. एंड देन डू वन थिंग, किसी म्यूनिसिपल ऑफिस से पहुंच जाओ. म्यूनिसिपैलिटी की कोई भी आपका ऑफिस हो ना, चाहे लोकल ऑफिस हो चाहे कोई मेन ऑफिस हो, कहीं भी एक जगह चले जाओ एंड ऑब्जर्व देयर क्लियरली व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग, व्हाई पीपल आर बॉदर्ड, क्यों दुखी हो रहे हैं लोग वहां पे पहुंचकर. जो भी चीजें जो भी हो रही है आप देखो वहां पर. आप आधा घंटा लगेगा, केवल आधा घंटे में आपको सब समझ में आ जाएगा कि व्हाई पीपल आर अनहैप्पी, व्हाई कॉमन मैन इज नॉट गेटिंग रिलीफ देयर. ये दो चीज आप देख लो एंड इन दोनों के बारे में आके अपने यहाँ पे नोट बनाओ A4 साइज पेपर पे एंड राइट योर ओन सजेशंस कि व्हाट कैन हैपन. समझ रही हो, दिस विल मेक यू ए स्ट्रॉन्ग कैंडिडेट, और सब चीज आपकी कवर हो जाएंगी. ठीक है बच्चे, एनी क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम योर साइड?
Presently, I'm pursuing masters. This is my final semester from JNU. So, should I mention it?
If they ask, otherwise no, 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 no. Because then discussion will shift to JNU. That you should not invite. समझ गए ना बच्चे?
उसके कोई मार्क्स नहीं मिलेंगे,
कुछ मार्क्स नहीं मिलेंगे, और बल्कि कोई अगर उसका अगेंस्ट हुआ ना यूनिवर्सिटी का, मान लो कोई अगेंस्ट हुआ, तो वो फिर सबको फोर्स करेगा कि नहीं इसको ज्यादा नहीं दो. वो मार्क्स कैसे देते हैं पता है ना, यूपीएससी मार्क्स कैसे मिलते हैं. जैसे ये हो गया, उसके बाद डिस्कशन होता है आपस में सबका, सबने आपस में डिस्कस किया, फिर मार्क्स सब अलग अलग देंगे, लेकिन डिस्कशन करने के बाद दे गिव इक्वल मार्क्स. तो ये ध्यान रखना, ऐसी कोई चीज़ नहीं लानी है जो कंट्रोवर्सी अपनी तरफ से हम पेश करें, बल्कि वो अगर कंट्रोवर्सी पूछते हैं कोई चीज़, उसको अपने को सबड्यूट करना है, उसको अपने को बिल्कुल स्मूथ लेवल पे ले जाना है. राइट, एज इफ वी आर ट्राइंग टू रिजॉल्व द इशू. आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव इज रिजोल्यूशन. वी वांट एन ऑफिसर जो प्रॉब्लम्स को रिजॉल्व कर सके. हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है ना, दैट हम भी ऐसा सिविल सर्वेंट चाहते हैं जो कि प्रॉब्लम्स को रिजॉल्व कर सके, ना कि प्रॉब्लम्स को बढ़ाने वाला हो. ठीक है बच्चे, और क्वेश्चन कोई? तो ये इतना सारा दे दिया फीडबैक, ये कम है? इतना कोई देता है क्या आपको फीडबैक इस तरीके का? फिर
Shrestha, if I ask you what sari are you wearing, Uri or Andhra?
This is
Uri. So you should, whatever you are wearing, if a question comes, you should be able to explain what exactly you are wearing. The temple is very much like Uriya, but the rest of the border could very much be Andhra.
yes, ma'am. Actually, I haven't finalized yet, and I'm thinking to wear a sari from Kerala
Okay.
that has a different shade, slightly on the bright side of yellow.
So do understand what you are wearing. Okay.
ओके बेटे, ऑल द
All the
बेस्ट।
best.
और ज़्यादा इधर उधर कोचिंग कोचिंग मत भागने फिरना, ये मॉक इंटरव्यू ज़्यादा करने का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होगा। ये कर लो, सब चीज़ ज़्यादा ज़्यादा फ़ायदे में रहोगी। मॉक इंटरव्यू वाले कंफ्यूज करते रहेंगे और आपको मिसलीड करते रहेंगे इधर उधर।
Yeah, one more doubt, sir. Actually, last week there was IP Intelligence Bureau result. So I qualified for that course.
इफ दे आस्क, ओनली इफ दे आस्क। अपनी तरफ से कुछ बोलना ही नहीं है इस तरह की चीज़ें। अपनी तरफ से तो वो बोलना जिसकी हमने बड़ी पक्की तैयारी कर रखी है चीज़।
That's why I wanted to go towards.
ये नहीं मत जाना, ना ना ना, बिल्कुल मत, अपने आप मत जाना, बिल्कुल मत जाना। बच्चे बता रहा हूँ, आपको लग रहा है आप बहुत जानते हो, लेकिन वहाँ जो बैठे होते हैं ना वो,
Yes, I definitely.
वो कितने साल के एक्सपीरियंस की और क्या क्या उनका एक्सपीरियंस होता है और क्या क्या जानते हैं वो। दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, डोंट डू दैट प्लीज बच्चे।
I'll read more on geography.
हाँ, यस
I
यस,
was giving
हाँ,
attention to it.
यस यस बच्चे, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Unacademy. Let's crack it.